Hi everyone, I'm Kima. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. If you are new here, this channel does focus on classy fashion and elevated lifestyle, but I wanted to do this video as a follow-up to a previous video that I did where my husband and I bought a house in Jamaica and I gave an empty house tour. I kind of expected the video to just reach a smaller community of Jamaicans that I do know are subscribed to my channel. Really wanted to inspire those folks, but it reached more Jamaicans than I thought. And I did say if you wanted to know more about the process or if you had any questions, I would do a follow-up video. And so I think I got enough requests between the comment section and emails to do this follow-up video. So this video is about how to go about buying or building a house in Jamaica. So if that's of interest to you, let's get into it. So I'm going to cover both building and buying Jamaica. Let's start with the buying part. Also, I want to preface by saying this is for information only, and I want you to take this information as a guide as opposed to like exactly this is the way it will happen for you. I feel like every situation and scenario is different, but this is just your general guidelines, and this is what we did and how it worked for us. Now, buying, the first thing you're going to need for sure is a realtor. You're going to need a realtor if you're buying a house in Jamaica. I highly recommend it, especially if you don't live in Jamaica, and I'm assuming most of the people watching this video don't live in Jamaica. You're going to get a realtor. The realtor is there in Jamaica on the ground. That realtor is going to become your person. He or she's going to be hand in hand with you, helping you through the process, helping you identify a property that you want to buy. Your realtor is going to work with you, your needs, your wants, your gauge of your budget, things that you're looking to do with the property, whether it's just for coming home and vacation, whether you want to Airbnb it, or whether you want to get a community, or whether you want a new build, or if you're looking for something that you can fix up, a fixer-upper. So you and your realtor will be working hand in hand. So the first thing you want to do is secure a realtor. They're on the ground. They have a mass amount of knowledge of what's available, what's good. They have the on the ground eyes and ears as to kind of like feedback for communities, homes, cities, parishes, wherever it is. They are your person on the ground. So you're gonna definitely get a realtor. I can recommend my realtor, ask her permission. I did link her info in the description down below. I'm also gonna pop her info here on screen. And also down below, she's also in the other video there. Ask her if it's okay to give her information, and she said absolutely yes. This is my realtor, LATANDREA. She's amazing, she's excellent, she's awesome. She's such a people person. I love her. If you have a realtor, work with the realtor that you have. You're just gonna go through finding what you need via your realtor. All right, after you've gotten your realtor, you are gonna either pay cash or you're going to secure a loan. If you're going to pay cash, we don't need to go through it. You've got your cash and you can buy the house cash. Go right ahead. For us, we secured our loan in Jamaica, and we secured our loan by, we've always had Jamaican bank accounts. We've always maintained our TRN. We've always maintained just traveling to Jamaica, using our accounts, having a good relationship with the bank, both a Jamaican account and a US account. So we went to our bank. There are quite a few banks in Jamaica that you can go to. You could go to NTB, you could go to JMB, you could go to Scotiabank, Jamaica National, Sagicor maybe, First Caribbean. I think there's a bunch of different banks that you can go to secure a loan. Now, if you're securing a loan in a Jamaican bank, a lot of the process is gonna really mirror a lot of what you do in the United States, or if you're in the UK or in Canada or wherever. It's the same kind of like a credit check. We had to submit our tax returns. We have a TRN for Jamaica, which is tax registration number. If you don't have one, I highly recommend the next time you're in Jamaica, once you're a Jamaican citizen, born there or anything like that, to get a TRN. It just helps when you're on the ground in Jamaica, especially if you're going to own a home, to process a lot of things instead of using your social security numbers. I don't know what it's called in Canada or the UK, but in America, our social security number is similar to the TRN number in Jamaica. Also a job letter. I'm an entrepreneur, so I had to provide for my business my tax returns for 3 years. For my husband, he's a regular 9-to-5er guy. He just presented his W-2, his paycheck. They also ask for a job letter or your last 2 pay stubs or anything like that. This is for them to do, just like we're in any other country, to do a evaluation of how much you can afford, how much you can pay. when it comes to the loan. So be prepared for that. The banks in Jamaica are going to finance probably up to 90% of your loan at a certain interest rate, just the same like it is here. I find the interest rates to be between 5 to 7%. Be aware of processing fees that will have to be paid, and just take those things into consideration while you are thinking about whether you're going to get a loan in Jamaica or you're going to buy cash. As far as the banks are concerned. I also wanted to mention, on top of like talking about the bank, is that if you don't have a local bank in Jamaica, I would highly recommend you open one, simply because handling monies and processing and so on, you can access it online, and it's such an easy way to wire money to people. Most Jamaicans these days, there's a good wiring system. Doesn't even need to hand cash over unless it's like petty work or so on. But I would absolutely say open a bank account if you can in Jamaica if you don't have one. Even the bank account that you open or from the bank, you could probably get your loan from them. So think about having a bank on the ground. It is going to be extremely useful to also have a good paper trail of what you're spending, what's going in and out. Also, when you have a bank in Jamaica, wiring, I know from the US, wiring to the bank is super easy. A lot of times when we wire money, it gets there between 24 to 48 hours, and we get to wire payment to different people in Jamaica. So definitely consider having a bank account there. You're going to be utilizing throughout the whole process your TRN if you have one, your social security, your passport, your ID, and even your birth certificate. So think about having those documents handy for when you start the process or looking to start the process. The next thing that you're going to need in Jamaica is to have a lawyer in the mix of all of this. The reason being is that, which was somewhat new to me in a sense, both building and buying, that a lawyer needed to be present, because I don't know how it is in other countries, UK, Canada, I know most of us Jamaicans are there, is that the lawyer kind of serve like the escrow company. So in the US, we have that escrow for the most part. Lawyers kind of serve as the escrow. However, when you secure a lawyer, get a great recommendation for a lawyer, ask around, shop around, and also ask your lawyer, make sure that they do real estate or things in that realm, and make sure that they're aware of the process. So, you know, if someone recommends a lawyer to you, you want to ask the lawyer, you know, do you do real estate transactions or process? Because your lawyer is going to really be your lawyer, okay? It's going to be, he or she's going to be on it for you. Or lawyer was just excellent for buying. For building, it wasn't that hard. It was just about buying the land in that sense. But for buying the house, or lawyer, ooh, or lawyer, she is just a bulldog in it. Okay, she goes in and she doesn't let up. I haven't asked her permission to share her information. I do remember one of our later conversation was that she's a courtroom lawyer and she wasn't looking to do any more real estate law. I'll ask her if that's the case, and then I can update the description down below with her information. If not, then email me and I'll probably pass that on to you by asking her permission first. And if not, just ask around. Ask around in your extended community. Ask the bank. If you are going to a bank, ask your realtor too. Can you recommend a lawyer? Or a realtor has done that for us when we bought the land to build on. So definitely kind of like use your little ecosystem to find the right people that you need to find. You will get good recommendation. Now for the lawyer, they get paid a percentage of the purchase price. All right, moving on. I want to call this little section of describing little things to expect as you're going through the process. One, notary public or JP. I mean, the justice of the peace is more in Jamaica, but abroad or in the US, we call them notary public. You're going to be signing and getting a lot of things notarized, a lot. Between the bank, your lawyer, and even like the seller, there's going to be a lot of things that you need to get notarized. Paperwork, document, your bank account, tax return, your pay, whatever it is that the bank is asking to prove, you're going to have to get most of those notarized. So consider that with your time, your energy, and financial wise, you're going to have to ship a lot of stuff through FedEx. We sent so many FedEx packages. And one thing I want to say when it comes to that, ask for clarity. Like, do you need 5 copies of my tax return? Do all 10 pages need to be notarized? Do you need 2 copies of my driver's license or my license? How many get? Because I'm saying this because of the pain of sending stuff to Jamaica, and then all of a sudden you spend $70 to FedEx documents and it's like, oh, we needed 5 copies. And then you have to say, go back again, your time out of your day, out of your work schedule, go back, get it notarized, and go back to FedEx, and that's more money. So when you're sending stuff to Jamaica, be anal, be annoying about asking exactly, precisely. Get it in writing so everyone can be held accountable. So that's going to be something to look forward to, a little thing. Next up, we have an architect to go over the building plan. Even if you're buying an already built house or in a community, of course, your realtor will help walk you through this, or your lawyer. You're going to probably need an architect to go over the plan to make sure everything looks good, so that you can safeguard yourself. So think about that as a little thing that might pop up, and also something that you might have to pay for an architect to do, even if you're just buying an already constructed property or something that has been in development. Next up, a surveyor. You might have to enlist a surveyor. Again, your realtor, maybe your lawyer, they might have recommendations for you, but you're probably going to need a surveyor to go look at the actual place where your house is going to be on, or is on, or have started building on, to just make sure your boundaries and everything are actually looking as they're supposed to, and everything is following the plan that they said they're building on. So definitely think about that. That might be something that you have to get into as a little thing, which might turn out to be a big thing. An engineer. An engineer might or might not be, depending on where your house is, where the property is that you're buying. You might need an engineer to go check out little details that, you want to make sure that your lawyer knows. The engineer is like, hey, I don't think that the foundation for here or there, or the wall or something is just not right, yada, yada, yada. You let your lawyer know, your lawyer will let your seller know, and your new realtor, your lawyer, everyone is working together to make sure that your investment in the property that you're buying is, everything is as in tip-top shape as you possibly can. And I'm saying this because we've gone through it and someone is still going through it, and just something to expect and to be in the know about, to safeguard yourself. Another thing to consider is escalation costs, especially if you're buying in a community that is being built. Usually they take quite a while to build a new community or something like that. So if you're buying in a community, there's a possibility of an escalation cost. That happened to us. We ended up having to pay a little bit more because of the escalation costs during the time that the properties were being built. It's just a market thing. You might have to, come out of pocket for escalation costs. So what I'm also saying in the big picture is that while you're processing and buying in Jamaica, keep saving your money for when things pop up. It won't derail you or pause you or stall you towards your dream home. Next important thing I want to mention, outside of these professionals that you're paying, that is working for you, doing the things, have someone on the ground that can go looking for you, can send videos for you, can just run little errands, go pick up the stuff from FedEx, bring it here, or go pick up something from parish council, or little things. Have someone on the ground. If you don't, I don't think it's a big deal that you can't still accomplish this. You can probably work with your realtor to figure out little details. Some of your realtors are kind enough. I would just say, if people are going out of their way for you to do something, compensate them a little bit, like gas or lunch or anything extra, just to say thank you. I know our culture is like split down the middle, where we kind of tend to think that people should do something for us, or people are expecting money or something for us. But pick the people that you trust, that you love, that are happy for you, or willing to do these things for you. And, if they're taking time of their day or going out of their way, compensate them a little bit for helping you, because being on the ground, you have someone there that is your eyes and ears, that is doing the work for you. I think it's only fair. I don't know how you think about that, but that's just me. All right, so let's move on to building a home in Jamaica, which we've also done too, from the ground up. You're gonna need a realtor if you don't have the land or own the land already, or if you're in search of land. If you're in search of land or space or so, you're gonna need a realtor. If you already have land, or you know where to buy it and just get it, then you don't. But if it's just a clean slate, you're gonna need a realtor to help you identify a piece of land, The realtor will do all that work just like they do with the buying the actual house. After you've gotten your realtor, you're going to also need a lawyer if you're buying the land, because again, the lawyer is going to make sure everything is just signed, sealed, your title, and all of those other things. Your lawyer will handle all of those. So your realtor, your lawyer, and then moving on from that, you're going to get an architect. An architect is going to just draw the plan of the house, what you're looking for. I know that in some parishes that we don't need plans or anything like that. So if that's the case for you, then this doesn't make any sense for you. But certain places you kind of do need a plan. So an architect is going to draw up the plan, whatever you're looking to do, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, 6 bedroom, I don't know. But the architect will draw it up, build it up, you give them your vision, they'll draw it up, they'll build it up, have everything going. After that, you're going to get your surveyor. The surveyor is going to go see, make sure everything's happening, the boundaries are good, the pegging, all of that on the land. You are going to build within the piece of land that you buy, and we're not going to encroach on other people's land. We know how our culture is, a little something go over this, so we weren't supposed to build, okay? So we're going to stay within the boundary, all right? So the surveyor will do that. After that, you're going to move on to a contractor. The contractor is going to be the person that's going to build your beautiful house. We were fortunate with an amazing contractor that we absolutely love and adore. I didn't ask his permission before filming this video, but you could send me an email and I'll ask his permission. He's in Montego Bay on the west side. I don't think he goes out that far, but I think he goes to Ocho Rios and goes to Negril and probably St. Elizabeth. But our contractor is a great one. You're going to get a contractor, get one, come highly recommended, because we also know a contractor will make or break the dream for us. Okay, so you need a really good contractor that understands the laws of the land, the layout, the community for the most part. Someone that also, depending if you're building something modern, that is willing to kind of bend around the norm. Jamaicans like to build things a certain way. If you don't want it that way, you're gonna need a contractor that is open, okay? So think about that in your personality. Talk to your realtor. Your realtor can recommend a contractor. They usually know a lot of those people too. And get one that matches your vibe and personality. If this contractor is only used to building a house a certain way and don't see your vision, don't start. Get a new one. So your contractor is gonna go on and they're gonna build what you need. Again, this is where having a bank account in Jamaica comes in, because you can wire easily to your contractor. Your contractor, if they're a good one like ours, they will help you source everyone else that you need. Electricians, plumbers, people to deliver stuff, people to pick up stuff. If you're overseas and not on the ground, you're probably gonna have to spend a little bit more money to do things that you aren't physically there to do. I have learned that a lot of contractors, they're just there to build. They're not there to go pick up your sand or your stone or to work on any of that details. Luckily, that wasn't our contractor. He did an amazing job just really taking on the project, taking care of us, and building from the dirt all the way up a beautiful house for us. So once your house is done now with the contractor, you're gonna need the parish council to come in. This you don't have to do in a community build or so in the first, buying something that's being built in a community, because all of that is handled within the builders. But when you're building on your own, you're going to need the parish council to come in, go over everything, make sure what you said you're going to build, you build, make sure the boundaries are correct, make sure everything looks good, and they will sign off on that house that is done. Then they will give you a compliance certificate, I believe, and with that now you can use to get all of your electricity, your water, and all of that done onto your property. So think about those little details, little things. And back to the architect will deal with all the parish council stuff when they're drawing the plan. So you might have quite a few hiccups along the way, but I just want to say, don't let it derail you. And try not to cut corners. Try not to go around too cheap with stuff if you can, because in the long run, it probably won't be worth it. And if you're thinking about investing, try to go into investing properly. Have conversations with friends and family down there that you trust, or even here, or people who have done it before that are willing to share the information. Have conversations with them, ask questions, and just go into it with prayer and confidence that it'll work out and you're building something for yourself, probably for your family, for generations you want to pass it on to. We personally want our daughter to always be so connected to Jamaica, even though she was born and raised here in the US. we need her. It's important for her to be connected to the culture. And having a home there was one of the first steps for us that she will go to. Memories will be made. And when she becomes an adult, she'll probably still want to go there. And we could be like, this is yours, you can have it now. So that's just a part of the thought process as we were building and buying our properties. And depending on what you want to do with yours, we're thinking of Airbnb in both of them. That's probably likely what we're gonna do, because it's like we spend so much time here. Why have it locked up when we can make a little money off of it? I think I said before in the video, and I'm a private person, and just after the last video, I was like, you know what, this is information that people need, and I am lucky to have really amazing support in Jamaica on the ground where I can ask questions and I can get the motivation and all of that. And so I want to serve to be that for you. And I also want to see more Jamaicans own property in Jamaica. The hotels have taken over the beaches already, the coastline, the rest of it is ours. It's ours, it's ours, it's ours. Yes, we own property, many of us in the countries we're living in now, but home is home, and home is always home. And home is a place that can never turn away. Okay? So I just want to encourage people to build and invest more in Jamaica. So once all of that is done and complete, and your house is ready, you can get your keys, the handover time. If you can be in Jamaica to get your keys and stuff, then that would be great. I didn't get to be there physically for the handover, but my husband did fly down and collect the keys. And now, yeah, you're a new homeowner. I also want to say that the timeline, we know our people, okay? We know Jamaicans. When them say something need to happen certain time, they might say, oh, this is done 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Probably not gonna happen. So don't get too agitated. I'm talking to myself about the timeline, but ask for clarity. I know it's one of the things our cultures struggle with, asking for clarity or giving clarity, clear information. Hey, do you really think I can get my keys at the end of the month? Do you really think? They'll say, yeah, man, it should be, but don't get too upset or derailed or just sad about the timeline not working out. A part of me have just been like, I cannot control the systems that already exist in Jamaica. And I am used to a lot of efficiency, and that's not the case a lot of the times, or I would say a lot of times, but it doesn't take away from the big picture, which is owning a home in my own country. So think about that. Timeline might not be precise, but prepare yourself to not be mad about it. Save yourself some drama, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much basically some of the information I wanted to share. Hopefully I delivered it in a concise manner. Someone said I was too chatty. Welcome. Me chat enough. I will talk. That's why I'm on YouTube, okay? I can't mime. I'm on YouTube, so I'm chatty. But if you ask me questions in the comment section, I will answer, okay? If the question is important, I will answer. If you email me, kimaoliver@gmail.com, I will answer. So if you have any questions, you're feeling nervous, you're feeling iffy, you don't know what to do, email me. We can talk about it all day, and I will encourage you, and I really encourage you to start thinking, start planning. If you have any questions, like what do I do next, or any questions, happy to answer. Like I said, a realtor is a great place to start. I'll pop LATANDREA's info here on screen and in the description down below, so you can reach out to her. She has a wealth of knowledge and will answer any questions that you may have, and she can help pointing you out to the right people, the right places. I am going to be doing a series. I think the next video I'll go into is buying, shipping, and furnishing your property, because we did do that. Shopping here, shipping, and sending a container to Jamaica, and the process with that, I can share that with you. And then eventually when we get to Jamaica in a couple months, I will do like a decorating or home with you video. And then hopefully I can give you guys a tour of the other property. It's really gorgeous and beautiful too. And then hopefully we'll get to Airbnb in it, and I'll share all of that in this series, and it will be a playlist on my channel. If you're into classy fashion and elevated lifestyle, do stick around too. I do share mostly that on my channel, so that's what you will see mostly. this is just a sidebar because this is something sidebar happening in my life, and I want to also encourage others to do the same. All right, so I know I forgot a lot of stuff, but I gave you as much information that I could. Hopefully it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions or any comments in the comment section down below. Happy to answer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.